Well, good morning guys and welcome to the show. Today we're going to take a look at the Focal Inside IS Ford 690s. This is a factory replacement, mid-bass and tweeter combination that will plug and play directly into your Ford. Let's open it up, take a look, and install these things in an F-150. Open the box up, and on the top immediately see the little owner's manual here. One of the cool things about this owner's manual is that it has these two little metal pieces that say Focal inside. These are decals, they're metal, they're designed to stick onto the door panel if you want. This is a component set, and it does also come as a coaxial if needed, if you don't have a tweeter location. Move the top box here. Underneath it you'll find two more boxes that are little sleeves. They're gonna have your bigger mid-bass inside of them. It kind of looks like a 6x9. The size of it is, but it's not. Opening the bag up, from the bottom you'll notice there's two pieces of foam. This one here is for packaging to make sure that the speaker doesn't get damaged. This one here is made to go around the front, which I'll show you in a second. There is a plastic cover that goes over the front of these to keep it from getting damaged. This foam cover here is designed to replicate the factory speaker. This is a factory replacement, so it is supposed to be exactly like the factory. The factory has foam just like a fast ring. This comes with foam just like a fast ring. So fast rings or anything like that will not be needed for this install. Carefully install this around the outside of the speaker, making sure not to get any of this foam on the rubber surround. Speaking of that, the cone is made out of a treated cloth. On the back you can see a big magnet, and then it has this guy right here. This is the passive crossover for this mid-bass. It doesn't have any external being plug and play. They want to keep it as simple as possible, so they've designed the passive crossover right onto the basket of the speaker so that you can retain the ease of installation, which is just simply plugging it in here. Let's grab the factory speaker. I'll show you what it looks like compared to this. This is the factory POS that comes in the Ford. Here's that surround, that foam I was talking about that this gray foam replicates. It has a foam surround as opposed to a rubber surround. It does have a treated cloth cone, but nowhere near as heavy and good feeling as the treated paper cone that comes on this. If you look at them from afar, you can see they are very similar, almost exact. As far as the shape goes, it is like a 6x9 here in the center, but because of this bracket, it is technically, I don't know, a weird size. And that's what makes this plug and play so unique. For this installation, you'll see that the plugs are both located on the same side, which is nice because we'll be able to plug it in. However, when we get to this box here, I'll show you why that's important. Looking at the back side of them, magnet-wise, this isn't much bigger, it's a little bigger. Keep in mind these are factory upgrades, so they're designed to handle more wattage than the factory, but they also have to sound good with the factory. So you're not gonna put a giant magnet on the back of these because a lot of people are not necessarily adding more power to them. They just want something better than factory, but they may want to keep their factory radio. So this is a nice upgrade that whether you amp it or don't amp it is going to increase the sound in your car and make it sound substantially better. On the back side of this has a full piece of foam as opposed to the factory, which just has a little 1/4 inch piece that goes all the way around. Either way, it's got a piece of foam on the back so you don't have to. Let's see how we got this factory one out so we can install this new awesome upgraded Focal driver in the door.
Removing the door panel, I like to start right here on the corner with the plastic pry tool. Start from the top and go around. Normally it's a 1.7mm holding the door, but as you see in this one, they already take it out. Behind this door handle, it's two 10mm. Grab your pry tool, start from the bottom, actually a notch on the bottom side. Start an angle and just carefully start. You're gonna hurt those cracks, it's okay. But it has 5 clips. I know, 5, 6 clips. And I say two 10mm, actually they are 7s. Now the next one, it's behind this panel right here. Use your angle pick tool. Start from the corner. As soon as it's in, just carefully pry it out. Still clips, and you see is the hooks on the bottom, so don't start from the bottom. Normally people start from the bottom, but don't. Two 7mm. It's two 7mm on the bottom side. Now that you have all the screws out, grab your plastic pry tool. Always start from the bottom side and go around the door panel. Grab it from each side and pull it out. Now you're gonna have your clips. Window switch clip first. Second one is your door locks. And the third is your actually handle. This one has a clip on the bottom. So you see it right in the bottom. Pull it down. Kind of wiggle a little bit and comes out. For the door speaker, we have 4 7mm. It has like a hook in the bottom side. Unplug it, plug the speaker in, put your 4 screws back in. Make sure the holes smart. Now you can put your door panel back on in reverse order.
One of the tricks we like to do when doing an install like this is we have these little plastic totes that allow us to put all our screws and parts in so we don't lose any of them during the installation. Your wife won't mind. Just use the ones out of the cabinet. Let's take a look at what comes in the little box. 2 tweeters and a bag of parts. This bag of parts is what makes this so plug and play. Inside you'll find these 2 harnesses here. These have the same harnesses that come on the factory. These are extensions. The reason for that is some of these speakers are made with the plugs over here on this end. When you unplug it, it's not going to reach around to where the Focal input is over here. That will allow you to plug this into the factory and plug these into here, giving you an extension in the bag. Along with those plugs, you get these 2 little guys here. These are going to be the tweeter plugs. It comes with these 2 metal brackets and this small bag of screws with 2 little screws in it. These are to mount the tweeter into this so that they can go into the vehicle. Then the last bag in it is this little bag here. This is some factory style screws so that if your car doesn't have screws or the screws are rusted or anything like that, and you'd like crisp, clean, new screws just like your speaker, these are designed to do that for you. Speaking of tweeters, let's take a look at the factory A-pillar and we'll compare them to our tweeters that we're upgrading to. The tweeter is mounted in the bottom of the factory A-pillar. There's 2 Phillips screws holding it in place. I recommend using a screwdriver to remove them. Pull the tweeter out. The factory tweeter comes with this funky little mount here. There's a fat part and a skinny part, and it has an angle to it. The brackets that we're gonna be putting in also have a fat part and a skinny part and an angle to them. The factory clip is located on the back of the tweeter. This is the clip that they give us, which is identical to it, so it makes installation super convenient. On the tweeter that you're gonna be installing, it has a gold and it has a silver. The gold is positive. When looking at the back of this here, there is a positive and a negative. Make sure that it's nice and tight. In some instances, you may need to squeeze these in order to make this stay on. Grab the bag of 2 screws, only pull out 1 screw. Put the metal bracket on the back of the tweeter, insert the 1 screw into it. On the brackets in the bottom corner here is an L and an R. Slide back in place, remove the plastic cover, attach in, replace your 2 factory screws. And this is ready to get into the car. Let's take a look at how we actually got this pillar out so you'll know how to reinstall it.
First thing you have to do is pry these covers. Start from the bottom side. Comes out. Be careful. Normally this one starts to break. Same for the bottom side. Behind that, it's 2 10mm. Grab your A-pillar from the handle. Wiggle it and pull it out. And clip your tweeter. Put the new tweeter in and reinstall the A-pillar in reverse.
And that's it, guys. We hope you enjoy your new factory Focal plug-in plays. Fernando.
On to the next one, guys.
You guys have a great night as always. We'll see you later next time.
Bye.
Bye.